Hello, everybody. Fusion09A here, and we are in a new game. Yes, Oxygen Not Included. Now, I've played this game before, but there's a new release called Spaced Out, and we're going to go ahead and see what it's all about. This game is going to take a while probably to play, simply because it's not a speedy game, and we're just going to keep it basic here in choosing our planet. We'll choose Terra here. Later we'll try other things, and we're going to go ahead and start the game. Now the purpose of this game is to survive and progress. And you're going to see here in a minute, we're going to choose what are called some dupes that are our little characters, and we're going to get more and more of them as we move through the game, and they can do different jobs and different tasks for us. And the goal is to keep them alive. The preface behind it is that they show up on an asteroid somehow through a machine in the center of an asteroid, and this asteroid isn't quite what you would expect, because there's going to be all kinds of things that normally you would not see in an asteroid. But you got to keep them alive. So here's our first, choice of the game, is we need to choose our first 3 duplicates. Now, they all have different traits. They have things that they're good at, bad at, all kinds of stuff, as you can see here. Like, this guy has a stress reaction. He's a binge eater, but when he's overjoyed, he's really productive. He's resistant to germs, but he has a small bladder, making it so he's going to go to the bathroom a lot, but he's really great with rocketry at a +8. So we need to choose really quickly, who's best for us. Now, obviously, rocketry early in the game, not important. So let's try to find something else. Now, this is pretty good. We've got researching and tidying. Those are important. And, nothing too serious here in the reactions. This guy's also tidying. Decreased germ resistance, which could be an issue. And then, likes to work at night. And this person's really good at operations with mole hands, which is excellent in the beginning of a game, but is not very good at construction. I'm going to say that we keep Turner and we keep Wren, but I'm going to re-roll Gossman. Tidying is great, but I'd rather have something to do with like this farming or something. Increased husbandry. Oh, here we go. This one's really good. All right. Now we got to name them. So we're going to keep this really fun. We're going to start with Larry. Oh, whoops. My caps lock key must be on. Larry. Mo. And Curly from the Three Stooges. And we're going to name our planet here. Let's name this one... because I'm sure it's going to happen. Failure, excuse me, failure imminent. Hopefully we can keep them alive. Let's embark and see what our asteroid is like and start the work to keep them. So here they are, Larry, Mo, and Curly. And we're going to begin. And here's our world. We have to explore this and see how we can help them survive. So the first thing we need to do is probably, start digging out some area. This will give us resources. It'll start us going, and then we can start building stuff. So we'll go ahead and get a picture pump over here for a little bit of water. Then we're just going to dig them out. We don't need the tutorials, so we'll just ignore those. There's a lot of different things here that we're going to take a look at. Now, while they're digging, let's change a few things. So first, priorities. This is the type of work that they're going to do. What will they do first? So first, we're going to turn off attacking for everybody. We're going to turn off researching for everybody because we only have one person we want to do research. And that's going to be this person. And let me see what else. Everything else for now, except for decorating, we'll turn that off as well. Later, we'll fix that. Perfect. All right. We're also going to go into our schedule. You can tell them when to work and stuff like that. We're mean. We're going to make them work a little extra and take away the breaks and stuff. All right. So you can see that they're digging out here. We've got resources. So let's continue. We're going to take a path, and we're just going to come all the way over here. Now, there's certain minerals, resources we cannot mine until we research stuff. Like, this is granite. We're not going to be able to dig it out until we get, one of these guys leveled up a little bit. This is copper. We need that to make, machines and stuff. And there's other metals as we continue. Now, there's a lot of stuff you have to pay attention to. First, we've got some critters. We got our first hatch. We can use this guy for food. We can use him to create coal. He'll eat, like, sandstone and turn it into coal, which we can use as fuel. We've got little light guys here that can create light, which can make things happy, but also warm the area up a little bit. Let's see. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in a power generator now that we got coal and we got this guy. We'll speed it up here soon. Notice we've got how much food, so we'll go to keep them fed. There's various plants and stuff we can eat, critters and other things. We can create farms. And then, of course, they need to breathe. So here's our oxygen overlay. We're going to have to create oxygen. Right now we've got some stone, this oxalite, making oxygen for us, but it's not going to last long. So we're going to have to watch that and, take care of them when we need. Let's go ahead and put a ladder here, and we're going to go down as well, all the way to there. We'll go ahead and dig this out, and we'll dig this out so we can get to those areas. We're also going to dig this one out. That'll open up a few more areas that we can move to. Let's see, we can probably go ahead and put in a battery, and let's get a wire going. And we need the first station, a research station, so we can advance our technology and our capabilities. We'll talk about that once we get it built. Let's go ahead and speed these guys up a little bit. Alright, so this is going to be a fairly long game. We're going to try to keep these episodes to 20 to 25 minutes each. I've got a timer going. I'm going to do much better. Turn this off now. And we'll see how it goes. Now we got to provide them things like they're going to need, pretty quick, a place to go to the bathroom. Important, right? So we're going to go ahead and just stick that over here. We're going to do 2 of them. Actually, we'll do 3. And we're going to cancel that one. We're going to move it because we also want them to wash their hands. We're going to put a wash station there. And later we're going to have more resources, and you're going to be able to choose what you're building it from. Right now we're building these things from sandstone. Interesting how you can build a wash basin and an outhouse that has wood and stuff in it from sandstone. But hey, who are we to complain, right? And a ladder from sandstone. These guys are pretty talented when you think about it. Anyways, so we're exploring, and as you can see, we're moving around. We're starting to open up more and more of the asteroid. We've got a bunch of coal here. We've got chlorine gas over here. It looks like we've got hydrogen gas. Chlorine's great for cleaning stuff. Hydrogen's great for fuel. Up here we've got more chlorine. We see, looks like we got some uranium over here. Wow, okay. This stuff's pretty nasty. It's slime, and if we go to our germ overlay, you can see parts of it can contain germs. This can make our dupes very sick. We don't want Larry, Moe, and Curly to get sick, so yeah, that wouldn't be good. We've got some food here that we're going to be able to harvest. So for now, we'll just click on a harvest, auto harvest. That means every time we get this meal lice, that's these white dots, the dupes will come harvest it and use it, eat it. Later we can cook it, things like that. Alright, let's go ahead and set direction left so that they wash their hands when they leave the bathroom. That makes sense. Nighttime, so they have to sleep on the floor. We'll speed up through it here. Poor guys. Sleeping on the floor. Yeah, Moe's a girl. Didn't know that, did you? If you've seen the Three Stooges, then you're probably going, ah, what's going on? Alright, let's put it down on medium as they continue their their work. Every morning they get up, they disinfect things, and then of course they take care of duties as needed and do other things. And we can prioritize them, tell them to do different things, as we move on. There are certain things that are very important early games, such as algae, because we can use it to create oxygen and clean the atmosphere. So it's important to keep track of this. Coal is going to be important, things like that. Oh, looky here. We have some neutronium here. Now, we can't mine neutronium, but usually where there's neutronium like this, it means there's some sort of a geyser or a vent. You can hear it. A moment ago it was rumbling. We'll have to dig that out eventually, see what it is. Hopefully it's something useful. A hydrogen vent would be really nice, or a helium vent, because we create energy out of that. So those would be useful. All right. Making good progress. All right, we can do our first research. So there is a huge research tree, as you can see. So the first thing, though, that we're going to do, if we can get it to cooperate, is come up here and we're going to do these two. So we can get farming, we can get farm plots, we can get an oxygen cleaner. It'll scrub the atmosphere. We can start cooking, mess tables, all that good stuff. That'll be important for food and taking care of our dudes. All right, aren't they cute? Just going about their day, working in the middle of an asteroid. Now, what's scary is that outside of these bug lights and the light coming from this, they're doing all this work in absolute darkness. So they must have excellent vision. Because we've got a couple little light spots, but they're doing all of this in complete darkness. Obviously, we can see somehow, but that's kind of interesting, right? These plants must not rely on sunlight a whole lot. I know certain ones do, like this bristle blossom needs light. That's why up here it's growing, because of this little shine bug, but this one's not because it's in darkness. So there's a lot of stuff to be aware of as far as in the future, making farms, building machinery, waterworks, ventilation works, power distribution systems, you name it. This game has a ton of stuff that we're going to have to do. All right, looks like we have pretty much dug everything out. Let's give them some more work. We're going to go this way a little bit. Get our first piece of gold. I didn't see any germs. Well, there's a little bit. I think we'll be okay. We're going to go ahead and just cancel those two. I don't want to release the germs. Release the germs! Alright, let's do some more stairways. We can go up a little bit further over here. And then I'm going to go another stairwell. We'll go over here. Eventually we'll create a base that has airlocks and, all the good stuff. Got quite a bit of fresh water. We're gonna have to corral that somewhere, like build a tank for it. We'll have to figure that out later. What's our temperature, by the way? Alright, so overall the green is all good. We can do okay in the yellows and oranges, but once it starts getting red, you can see it's 43 degrees. It's almost 100 degrees or more in Fahrenheit. This is in Celsius. That's pretty hot. So that's in the hot area. Down here it stays fairly cool. This vent seems to be cool, so it'll be interesting what it is. I'm not sure. We got some really hot water here, but overall we're in a good area. All right. I should probably give them some beds, right? That'd be nice. We could sleep a little bit. Where can we put the beds? Let's put them up here for now. So 1, 2, 3. We'll dig that out a little bit. They'll have a place to sleep. Except there's a shine bug here. They're not going to like that. But we should be able to make a door. How do we want to do this? If we put a door here, we get bonuses for creating rooms as well. Like if I put that there. This is going to become a bathroom. We're going to get a bonus for that. Keeps them happy. Over here, you can see we have a stress meter. So if this goes too high, you know, they have those bad reactions like we saw, you know, previously. I like how they're all sleeping in the bathroom. Here's our germ indicator. Calories, we're doing fine because they're discovering stuff as they dig, like these muck roots. They can bury or eat them, and of course they can harvest, you know, these mealwoods and other things that they're finding. uh, Oxygen is looking good at the moment. We are really good. Now there are physics in this game. So for example, carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen, so that's this red stuff, and it slowly just moves down. You can see it. So it'll move throughout the base. Oxygen will go up, carbon dioxide will go down. Same thing with other gases. You know, helium obviously is going to go up because it's really light. Chlorine is in the middle. So you know, if you had a room and you put all the gases there, they would all balance out to where they were in layers. Same thing with different liquids. Whether it's polluted water is heavier than regular water, so it'll always sink to the bottom. And there's other liquids too, like oil and salt water and other stuff. So this is going to be really interesting. All right, we've finished our initial research. I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to get this, because that can help us with farms by creating light. We hook it up to a power system. Very good. Alright, somebody should build this door while the shine bug's out here. Otherwise we'll have to let him out so that they can all sleep good. First part of this game seems, you know, it can be a little bit slow, but there's a lot to do, and it's really just setting the base up, you know, and making an area that's safe for our dupes, that they don't get killed because of overheat or cold. There's ice biomes too. And they don't starve, they don't get food poisoning, they don't get sick with disease, you name it. They don't get buried in an avalanche of sand or trapped in a location. Yeah, there's all kinds of things that can happen that these poor guys have to deal with. I feel sorry for them. All right, so most of our carbon dioxide is going to come down here or over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to build an algae terrarium, and we're going to put it right here at the bottom. So that way, as this carbon dioxide goes down, the algae terrarium feeds on it and produces oxygen out of it to help clean the air. It won't keep up. Eventually, we'll have to build some oxygen. All right, we've made it to our first junction. Good, we got the shine bug outside the door. These guys will sleep well, but we can create a new dupe. So every once in a while, this is going to activate, which allows us to select a new blueprint. We can get a new dupe, or we can get an item, like we could get a piece of clothing. We can get brine, which is basically, you know, salt dissolved in water, or we can get a new worker. Now, we can't re-roll these. It's just a choice of, do you want this or not, or we can just reject everything. This guy's a loud sleeper. That's really bad. It's going to keep everybody awake. We would have to give him his own bedroom somewhere. Probably not a good selection. This guy, though, can cook and he can research. He also likes medicine. I think we're going to take nails, but we're going to rename nails. And let's see. We got Larry, Curly, and Mo. Let's go ahead and name this person Hardy. That's another great comedian, you know, from the past. Laurel and Hardy. Hopefully you know them. Let's go ahead and print Hardy and put him to work. All right. So we can do some research. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start with water and water filtration. Then we're going to build a new bed, because otherwise Hardy has to sleep on the floor. You know, not very nice. We can build mess tables now, so they have a place to eat. That always makes them happy. Well, for now, we're just going to put the mess tables over here. Later, we'll create better rooms. Or, well, should we start a room? let's start a room of mess tables. So let's come up here and we're just gonna go boom, 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 boom. Create 4 of them, and we're just gonna dig those out. We will also go ahead and put a door. It's gonna be right here. You notice I'm leaving room. We're gonna create an up and down area with doors and piping and other things in here, so leaving some room to do that. There we go. That'll give us a room bonus. So you can see here we've got a bedroom bonus, which is a barracks. So it just improves their morale. We've got a bathroom bonus here, a washroom, or actually it's a latrine. Again, morale +1, so keeping stress low. And now we have a mess hall for a morale bonus. And we can build all these other rooms, including parks and nature reserves. You know, we don't necessarily want to kill all of our plants, mine them all out. We're not eco-terrorists. Might as well harvest that as it grows. Very good. All right. So our oxygen's probably gonna start going down because we don't have the oxalite anymore. So at some point, we're gonna need this. And we're just gonna stick it here in this central hallway. So it'll make oxygen, and that oxygen will spread out to where our dupes are. We're gonna need to provide it with some power. Let's string a copper wire right there. There we go. You can see we got all kinds of things we can build yet. Lights, flower pots to make it look pretty. We can take care of their waste by composting it, making fertilizer. Now we've got our pumps and stuff. I think our next step is twofold. One, we're going to put in a couple farm tiles so we can start farming and growing some food, because that's going to be important. These plants here, every plant has requirements. So we're going to start by growing mealwood. Now, mealwood, you know, it has a certain temperature range, so we have to be really careful of where we put it, but it can grow in a lot of different atmospheres, so that's positive. So we're going to go ahead and take this, and up above our bedroom here, I think we're going to create a new farm, because this is a relatively cool area. So we're just going to do this, put a couple of these tiles up here. We'll go ahead and dig this out. We'll have a little farm up there. Alright, is it nighttime? Yes. So let's go ahead and speed it up. They're all happy sleeping. Very good. And day. Perfect. Now, let's see. Do we have skills we can assign? We do. We can improve their skills. So Hardy can be upgraded. He can do better researching, or he can do cooking. For now, we're going to let him do researching, and we're going to give him a little hat. It's going to make him happy. So he's going to come over here to the printing pod. He's going to get his new hat. Ta-da! Oh, he's so happy. And now, if we go into priorities and we look at researching, we can put him as our primary researcher and Larry as a secondary, because he likes that. And now he'll mainly do researching, and he'll be faster at it. So, excellent. Alright, well, we're coming up on 25 minutes for our first episode, really quick. We've accomplished quite a bit for it. We've got a latrine, we've got a bedroom, we've got a mess hall, we've got a farm in the process of being built, we've got our research station. Our next step in our next episode will be, I think, to go ahead and move forward with trying to move this water around. That's going to be fun. We're going to probably come down here somewhere where it's not too hot. Yeah, so maybe here in this area. We're going to dig this out put some walls around it, and then drain all this fresh water. This one here, looks like those are the only ones. We're going to drain it all into a big tank. And then at some point, we're also going to build another tank for polluted water, which later on we'll be able to recycle. So, excellent. So I think we're going to pause here. We'll go ahead and pause. We got our guys all standing here looking cute and friendly. And we are going to go ahead and come back in the next episode and continue on with our colony. Failure imminent. How long will we keep them alive? See you in the next episode, everybody.